Alright, I believe we are now good to go. So hello again. I'll just say it now that the timer you see on screen is the time I'm allotting myself for this stream before I need to get back to some things I need to be working on. But yeah, just stopping by for a quick little stream. I would like to finish the EQ on my main account, and then with whatever leftover time that there is, you know, do some exploring in 9.2 on my second account. But we will see if I can get there in time. Alright, Shaft, I'll handle that after the stream is over. Thank you for letting me know. But, yeah. Not really much else to say, other than that. And if, you know, Shaft, if you're still active and hanging around, can you let me know if the audio sounds good? If the music, my mic, and the game are all decently balanced. Because I know last stream, both my microphone and the music were a little quiet. Angela makes very quick work of this quest. Alright, thank you, Shaft. I appreciate that. I think on the music side for the last stream, that was due to me messing around with the audio settings. And then I think the issue with my mic is that I just wasn't talking loud enough. And, you know, by comparison, the game sounded a little loud. But the reason I ask is that I can hear everything. Well, aside from my microphone, but the audio is different because the music is pretty loud for me, but it should be at a medium-ish level for you guys. And the game is a little quiet for me, but I think it's louder for you guys. And then, yeah, for my mic, I just need to speak up a bit. This fight is going to be a little longer because she is metal. Okay, that went through. I don't know if that can be failed by ability accuracy. But I will just consider myself lucky regardless. Definitely tried to go for the stand-up intercept, and my light just failed, but I was able to react in time. Yeah, if that's something you want to do, Shaft, then I don't think anyone's gonna fight you on that. You seem to be recording them enough as it is already. Actually, yeah, I don't know why I let him do that. I could have just finished it off. Yeah, some of these fights aren't even 20 seconds long. I forget which classes I've already used because I've been doing the EQ very sporadically, I guess I should say, throughout the month. So I forget which classes I've already used, so I don't know what the last quest, I don't know what class is for that one. That's okay, Venom, and thank you for stopping by. Oops. Yeah, that fight's not too hard with Kate. Yeah, Shaft, that's certainly true. Yeah, a decent amount of those matchups are a little close for comfort, even for me. If you remember in my most recent upload of me taking down that rank 4 7-star Serpent on the aspect of evolution node in Alliance War with her, there was a point where he was like a millisecond away from reaching his special 3, and he threw the special 2, so I got pretty lucky. Yeah, it's fair to say that, Shaft. I've seen some of your videos, and yeah, it seems like the power control is more manageable. I don't know if you've faced an aspect of Evolution Serpent yet, and I don't know how much that would change things for you. But yeah, in general, I agree. Spiral's definitely a better counter for the Serpent in particular. But both can take him down, so Shathra definitely has that going for her. Yes, that's the first node on the left of the boss island. Node 46. And for my more keen viewers out there, you might have noticed I'm trying something a little new with the music. I used to play a lot of lo-fi, but I'm trying some city pop, which I generally vibe to better. But in my first pursuits to look for copyright-free music, you know, lo-fi is usually what comes up. I think this is copyright-free. I'm not entirely sure, but as long as I don't get a strike, I'm not making money. So if my video gets a claim that makes it so I can't get any money, well, I wasn't really making any to begin with. I think it should be fine. You noticed it, Shaft? Do you like it better now? The lo-fi is fine, it just tends to get, I don't know, a bit repetitive. And I noticed that all of the different playlists, even from different years, they all had the same songs. So, you know, there wasn't much I could do in trying to expand the stream's music palette when all of the playlists were the same. City pop can kind of get a little repetitive, but only in some, you know, some pieces of how the music is composed. Like, they all have a similar vibe, which I guess is to be expected from a genre. Or, you know, the songs encompassed in a genre. But I don't find it anywhere near as repetitive as the lo-fi. Both in a musical sense and a literal sense. Spiral does that fight extremely well because the power gain makes her go even crazier. Well, does she go crazy in power gain matchups, or just like high power rate? How does increased combat power rate compare to just normal power gain? Because, you know, America is a good Serpent counter because she can lock him down in the corner and just, you know, reverse his power. But on that node, it gets to a point where she can't keep up with him anymore because her hits are just giving him, you know, too much power. Like, so much so that it outdoes, you know, what's being done by the power reversal. So is it still just a similar deal, or? I think it's both. I mean, I don't really have, you know, any legs to stand on for an argument, you know, let alone a conversation, because I don't have much experience using her. The only account I have her on at a higher rarity is my third account, and that's the account I play on the least. So I don't get, you know, all that many chances to use her. But I guess I'll trust you on that until I learn more. Or until I hear differently. And yes, I forgot to use the Odin free fights. You think it's more of an upbeat vibe? Yeah, I like the genre better. The city pop over lo-fi. But yeah, Angela is a monster in general, but in this quest she just, yeah. Part of why I wanted to stream this is to show her off, because I mean, it's a little ridiculous. The way the aptitudes from the node just amplify her furies, like, to the moon. Although I forget, is Annihilus armor break immune when he has his control rod? I forget. I don't think he is. Let's see. Oh no, it got rid of it. Oh, okay. I'll hit to accept the last also steel power on the special one, and next time you do that fight you'll report it. Alright. Sounds good to me. At this pace, I think I should be able to finish the EQ, and then I'll probably only have one time, or I'll probably only have time for one path for the 9.2 exploring on my second account, which is fine. I plan to stream the rest of 9.2 on that account. So if I don't, well, I 100% won't be able to fully complete it today, but on another day that, you know, I'm not streaming Everest content, like, you know, a Necropolis challenge, or, you know, just a regular Necropolis run, or the Ordeal, or the Epoch. You know, on a day where it's a little more casual, I will probably, you know, pick this back up, or pick up exploring 9.2 on my second account. I mean, I might run through and clear 2 paths in every quest, so the stream is just 1 path in each, and I can just hop over from one to the other, make it a little faster. I don't know, I'll see how I feel later. Both in parts to what I can do today and how I'm feeling when I get the chance to stream that. That was probably too early. But I guess it really doesn't matter. I also took a little bit of time to plan my teams for each path for the 9.2 exploration. Ultimately, I probably spent I don't know, like 30-40 minutes doing that, just because of how I do it. I like to do it physically, so at the end of the day, I probably spent a little more time than I would have, just doing it on stream, which the point of me doing it off stream like that was to save time. And I kind of just ended up wasting some. That's fine. Oops. Alright, I think that should be it for this quest. Alright. Fun's over. Let's see what we got. Alright. Skill, Defenders, Thunderbolts, Inhuman. Armor Break, Bleed, Physical, Vulnerability. Okay. And then let's see what Luma has. Okay, non-damaging debuffs are a no-go. Yeah, I'll figure someone out for that. Anyways. I always wonder why Inhuman is an organization and not an attribute. It's probably just because I don't have the most knowledge on the Inhuman comic runs. Trying to think who would be the fastest. I'm tempted to use Juggernaut, Howard, Hawkeye, Karnak, and Zemo. I think I'll just run this team. And then see what we can work with. I forget if Lumitrix can counter miss. I could use North Star, but I think it'll just be faster to use Dazzler. Oh, and I guess I don't think I've shown stream the, well, I want to say exciting, but I don't know how exciting it really is to anyone else, but yeah, the exciting update to my second account's roster, which, you know, I bet many of people will be perplexed, but I'll explain it when we get there. Yeah. Alexi should nuke plenty fine. For a second I had a little moment of panic because I muted my mic for a little bit earlier, and I had only just now realized, or had the thought that I couldn't remember if I unmuted or not. Yeah, Bullseye is pretty nice damage when he can scale with a node. You know, that increases his base attack. I was about to use America, that would have been a very dumb decision. It builds power slower, but it ramps the Furies faster, doing no, not getting hit. Doing the medium combo, and then a heavy. Yeah, 30 seconds, I'll try and pick up the pace a little bit. Ooh, do I have any? I do not. I wanted to see if I had any boosts in the overflow. Guess I've been using a good amount in Alliance War lately. Yeah, let's see what America can do in this quest. Probably could have done that a lot faster. Hello, Mr. Venom. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alright. Let's see how well Dazzler does. This will determine if I have to bring in a backup for the other runs or not. Did not mean to do that. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I can see how they can be a pretty annoying defender. Yeah, but Dazzler is just a nuke, so... Swift enough recovery. I think it should be fine to only bring her in for them. A little late. Didn't matter. I guess I should try Luke for this fight. Just get despair ticking. Hopefully this can finish it. Yeah, I was hoping for a sizable crit on the last hit of that special too. Guess it was not meant to be. Alright, you know what, let's just see if this can do it. Yeah, that crit at the end saved it. Please give me 1 second very quickly. Okay, sorry about that. I think I only used her for 1 fight on the last path, so let's see if having the Furies can... or the Crossfight Furies, I should say. If the Crossfight Furies speed things up. Oh. I got lucky there. I think his special 3 places in armor break, so I'm honestly not sure if I would have lived that or not had he thrown it. I probably would have been close to dead, but I think it also stuns. So I probably would have lived, but then he would have just finished it while I was stunned. Yeah, this should be enough. Not even gonna try and go for the perfect release. And yeah, Bullseye is fully charged up, so I'll just try and mow through this fight with him. Yeah, if I don't get hyperfixated on trying to min-max getting the Furies, then I can still get all the ones I need while, you know, also getting the fight down in a pretty fast time. Oh. Oh, right. I'll get better. Good to see you again. Thank you for stopping by. And congratulations on that dupe. And the rank up. Now you've got a pretty good defender in your arsenal. Oh, another thing I just remembered. You guys could hear the thumping as I tapped my desk last time, so I only just now remembered that. So if you've been hearing that, then I apologize. I forget that I can hold my phone now. Oh, and after doing some light research, I confirmed that, yes, the issue with the current adapter I have is just that, you know, it can be prone to disconnecting when the temperature gets too hot. And that's an issue in any adapter, so yeah, that's just something I'm gonna have to live with. Perhaps until I get a new phone that doesn't overheat. Although I doubt that there's any phones out there that can run MCOC without overheating. Specifically when running 60 FPS in both fights and the what is it classified as? Just the menu? Because I'm running both at 60 FPS, which is what's making my phone heat up. So yeah, I'll add that. You know, that I doubt that there's any phones out there that can, you know, not overheat while running 60 FPS on everything. But if there are, then yeah, good for them. That's pretty much the only issue I have. You know, technology-wise, in regards to my device. I never really get any lag, and when I do, it's on the game's side, not my phone. The loading times aren't ridiculously slow unless my internet is acting up. And it doesn't really overheat when I play in 30 FPS. So, it's a good issue to have when it's just the one. And even then, the only thing that it's interrupting is, the stream every once in a while. I think streaming also heats up my device because it doesn't get this hot when I'm just playing offline. Yeah, I just wanted to... Well, I was about to say quickly, but that wasn't very quick. That was a couple minutes worth of a ramble. But this should do it, or just about. Yeah, if I can have Bullseye at relatively high health with all of his charges, I think I'll try him against Luma this time, just to see if it's any faster. Yeah, because he can counter miss and all. No, that's not gonna do it. I should have just held for a special 2. Going back to that conversation I just had with myself, my phone does, or the game does lag, but only when my device is overheating in such a way as it is now. This should do it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go for the perfect release on that one. Yeah, I think that was faster than Dazzler. Hello, Lee. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the kind words. Although I don't know if you mean the EQ in this case. Because if you are... I still appreciate the words, but... it's easier content. I do still find value in what you can get out of exploring the event quest and doing the Paragauntlet. But once the Valiant difficulty arrives, that might change. We'll see. I'm assuming it will. If I was running this off stream, I definitely would have been tearing it up with Karnak in here. Oh, you read the title wrong? It's all good. The timer on screen is all that I'm allotting for myself today. And I was only going to do the 9.2 stuff on my second account after I finished up here. Which, there's only 2 more runs here, and then with the remaining time I was going to hop over and do a bit of questing. I'll probably only get 1 or 2 paths done. Yeah, when I get to that, then no, thank you. No, he's a little too squishy. I don't think I'm gonna get all my charges. No, that would have been it. Oh, and that would have been it too. He just got me. Ah. Oh well. I guess I can just get in a different fight. I mean, to get 10, I would have to do both of these next 2 fights with him, so I guess that's what I'll be doing. I was actually wrong earlier, because I wasn't accounting for champions with smaller health pools when I said that, you know, I need to stop fixating on getting all of my charges. You know, over finishing the fight faster. I also didn't mention it, but yeah, I went down the wrong path. This was supposed to be the last one, but the content is easy and the team is the same, so it doesn't matter. Alright, just 8 more fights and then we will switch gears. I'll probably have 25 to 30 minutes for 9.2 stuff. Oh, you can full dex that. That's good to know. Did some BGs grinding. Nice. Reaching 200 points. That was actually my original plan. I was going to do the EQ and then do some Battlegrounds grinding on all on this account. And then I just decided to change my plans. But this was a couple days ago when I was trying to plan out my next stream. Yeah, I think my words are coming back to bite me a little bit because the game is lagging every once in a while. Mainly when the champions load in to the fight screen. Okay, I think, yeah, Luke just did too much damage there. I don't think I got... Yeah, definitely did not. A bit overkill. Just funny. Yeah, just finish him off before the healing can fully settle in. Oops. That's okay. Get a little bit of healing from that. Just gonna go for the double. And just finish it out right there. Oh wait, Lee, I just realized that I read your message wrong. You're doing some Battlegrounds grinding. I thought you said you already had done that. You know that you already reached 200. Yeah, I guess, best of luck to you then. Oops. See if I can... Okay, yeah, the spacing is a little tight there, but that's possible. Oh, that reached. I did not think it would. I think I only got 4 there. Which, that's fine. I mean, I'm finishing the boss in less than a minute, so... Or I think it's been less than a minute on average. Anyways. Yeah, as long as I can get those 5. I'll have 9, and then that should be enough to take care of it. Yeah, whenever the champions load in, there's a little bit of lag. Alright, let's see how fast I can do this. Nice, that's the special I wanted. Okay, I think locked and loaded on that victory. Oh right, the Paragauntlet. I hadn't factored that in when I estimated the time I would have for the 9.2 questing. Let's take a look, see how long it'll take me. So I'll definitely want Kate. Need a mutant that is bleed immune, has prowess, and can inflict bleed. I think that's Apocalypse. Feeling a little iffy on that, though. Now, the fight I need Magneto for, the bleeds would just become degenerations. Kate for the science champions. I guess Bullseye could do that fight as well. Oh wait. Okay. Let's grab Bullseye. See if there are... Actually, I think that might be it. Actually, you know what? I'll just use Dust. She should be able to take care of that fight decently. I just won't be able to take advantage of bleed vulnerability. Yeah, this should be fine. Right. It's only 250,000. So let's see how fast I can do this. Oh, wait. I was questioning whether or not there was something that disabled dexterity, but I think I was just very late on that dex. Yeah. Rough. Okay, let's see how much we can do on a quick little Special 2, Special 1 cycle. Forgot about that node, in all honesty. You know what, this should do it. Yeah, and that's a good enough amount of health to fight Lumitrix with. Up a little early on that one. Damn. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, the Caltrops bleeds were stacking up the sand procs pretty fast. I was just double checking to see if it was Saga only. I remember that they changed it to remove for that to be removed, but I couldn't. Or, you know, there's always the possibility that they added it back. Although I'm not sure as to why they made that change in the first place. So there's no way for me to know if they'd have added it back, because I wouldn't have any indication as to why. Yeah, I remember Kate handling that fight very well. Even though I did it a little while ago. Feeling a little iffy on this one because I don't have access to bleed, which helps nuke this fight a lot faster. Although his health is dropping pretty fast, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Actually, you know, I think I'm just gonna let him throw this, or not. I wasn't trying to get to 99, but it's right there, so I'll definitely take it. Alright, let's see if I can finish him off right here. I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dust is pretty good. Oh. I tried parrying and there was no response. Yeah, it was only 2 power stings, so definitely take that trade-off. There we go. Hello, Dr. Ghost Dog. Thank you for stopping by. Just wrapping up the event quest part of the stream. Although, don't have much time left. The timer on screen is what I've allotted for myself. But after... I guess I'm just not parrying today. Anyways, yeah, after I finish this fight, I will jump on over to my second account and probably do just a single quest or a single path in 9.2. Yeah, this fight is definitely a little trickier because it's going on for longer since I don't have all of those furies boosting my damage. Have to support the alliance, mate? Well, I appreciate it. Can he evade? No, he can't. I was gonna say, can he evade out of stun? I think I can just finish him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, when the Paragauntlet was first introduced, these were pretty nice rewards, but now they're lagging behind a little bit. Which is why it's about time that an update was made. I'll deal with all this stuff later, so I can just quickly go ahead and hop over to my second account right now. Just give me 1 second while the game loads. And then we'll get going. Alright, almost in. Alright. Let's see. About 19 minutes. So I guess we'll just get to it. Or actually, hold on. Let me... Okay, I was checking the audio, and it was off, so I just quickly turned it back on, but I forgot if the menu showed any login information. Wait, let me read so I know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, big crits, come on. A couple. See if I can line things up for the next fight. I'm pretty sure Bishop is kind of the fastest option for this path. I know. Let me try and parry a couple of these. Alright, there we go. This should do it. Yeah, oh. Yeah, that first hit of the beam was... yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess I'll introduce it. I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, the big change to this account is this guy. In the Red and Dead sale, I took a chance and went for the Titan Nexus instead of the rank 2 to 3 gems for the 7 stars. Trying to get Zola. And yeah, the options were disappointing, to say the least. And it was either Sigs on Okoye, Sigs on someone else, I don't even remember, or a new Falcon. And I said, you know what, fine, I will take a new champion. And out of spite, I thought it would be funny to take him to rank 3. So I did. And then I ended up duping him. And he became the 5th highest rated champion. And I thought, you know, it'd be hilarious to have him show up in my roster. So, or my profile pictures roster. So I said, you know what, I'll do something about that. And I gave him 26. Overall, he's alright. He's a lot better than I originally gave him credit for. And that was during my testing at, you know, rank 1, rank 2, and rank 3. That's the conclusion I drew. And because he's awakened, he's so close. Because he's awakened, he'll be a little better now. I plan to attempt a solo on Lotan with him. In my initial completion of 9.2 on this account, I almost got the solo with him, but he was only rank 2 and he was still unawakened. I had gotten her down to the very tail end of phase 4. But that was the easier path because it was the one with no trap nodes, since I was going for speed at the time. Oops. But yeah, I remember this Scarlet Witch from the other stream where she rocked me pretty hard. But yeah, so on my other 2 runs of 9.2.6, I will be attempting to get a solo using JT against her. I don't know, I think it'll be a little fun. I mean, I've got good options as backups, so, you know, why not give it a shot if I'm already there? And yeah, if I do end up getting the solo, I'll upload it as a video. But yeah, so there's the big change to this account I mentioned earlier. And even though it was kind of for the meme, I'm honestly not regretting it. I've had a lot of fun using him and learning his kit. You know, if you think that's me coping, then you're free to think that. I don't know. If not good, at the very least, I find him, or no, I should say, if not incredible, I at the very least find him fun. For most players, I would say probably about average. For myself, I rate him above average. If you do his rotation properly, he can deal pretty good damage. But that's also while being a champion catered towards utility and survivability. You know, that's why he's considered the worst version of Deathless She-Hulk, because he's got a fraction more utility and, you know, some sustainability when you're getting hit, which is, you know, something you don't want to be doing, for the trade-off of having, you know, like just barely half of her damage. And his stuff can, you know, fall off in a more assured manner than Deathless She-Hulk, because for her, the only thing you need to keep her ramp going is for the opponent to, you know, use their specials. But with JT, you know, you can't really refresh your debuffs. I forget if there's a way to pause them or not. I think there is. Or by doing something, you can pause them. Or if something has to happen. Yeah, I didn't get to get off my special 2. I wanted to get off the protections, but I was getting too much power. I think I should be able to line it up here, though. Yeah, he just has to dash into me. Alright. Yeah, definitely a lot of overkill. Yeah, I'll go ahead and close that one, that timer, and I'll just finish up this path and the boss, and then I'll wrap up. Even though he has a protection, I'll just launch this now. Try to set it up a little better for the next special I throw. Yeah, skill champions with energy attacks are a little bit on the rarer side, but when they present themselves, a bishop usually has some fun. Almost. I'll just get to a special one, pop it, that should be enough. I was about to put it in autoplay for the fast teleport, but this is not the event quest, so I shouldn't do that. Unless I want to bug out my game. And I think that's what I'll do. Try and close it out with Okoye. I just have to remember to only throw my special when she has a very low amount of power. Like after she throws this. I tried to dash back there. Yeah, I'm not gonna have the vicious, but just to cycle my power a little bit. I think another special 2 and that should do it. I'm worried I'm gonna get to 3 bars of power. Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna... It's fine. And just do this. Do this. Power gain will get me. Didn't even need it. And then Kate was the backup. Yeah, that's about all I have time for today. I think I have a 7-star crystal to open, so for those of you hanging around, can give you guys a little treat. See if I get anything good. Ooh, did I already have him on this account? And I can't remember if that's a first time dupe or not. Ah, okay, Sig 40. Yeah, not the best, but that's alright. And yeah, that'll about do it for today. Thank you so much for all the support, and you know, to everyone who stopped by, hung out, chatted. You know, anyone who watches this on the playback. I still don't have a concrete schedule, so I don't know when the next time I will be able to stream. I don't know when that will be, but that will either be more 9.2 exploring on this account, or it will be the Deathless Necropolis run. I've been saying I'm going to do that for a long time, but you know, it's been on the back burner for quite a while. I'll get to it soon. I would like that to be the next stream. I just need to get the time to do it. But yeah, until next time, I hope you all stay safe, and I hope you take care.